number 3 was 18 grams for Odie.
Where's number 9?
9 is 208. Anna?
How do you do
Number 1. Question on the table, ladies and gentlemen, is how do we do number 1? And again, if you're taking notes, which is strongly recommended in all those here, the first thing you know about triangles, Anna, did you happen to draw anything for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. All triangles, angles have to add up to 180 degrees, correct? This is an isosceles triangle, which means 2 sides are equal. And the thing we know about isosceles triangles is not only are 2 sides equal, but the angles that are opposite them are also equal. Well, it tells you that one angle is 100 degrees. So that's probably my 100 degree angle right here. Which means, Anna Baumgartner, if I have 100 out of my 180 degrees taken up with that one angle, how many degrees are left? 80. And they both have to be equal. So this would have to be 40, and this would have to be 40. Because that is the only way to get 180 degrees out of a triangle in one of them. This could not be one of the isosceles angles, because if you had 2 100 degree angles, that'd be 200, and you don't have that many angles to give away in your rectangle, or in your triangle. John Dever?
Can you do 2?
Oh, that was good. We had this huge question in there. Did you not multiply right, or what happened here?
Probably, but
Let's take a look here. You are getting this many gallons at this price, which, by the way, this is a reasonable price, ladies and gentlemen. You go to Shell right now, the price of a gallon of gas is $2.41 and 9/10 cents. You look on the thing, it says that. So this is realistically a real thing. You're multiplying that by 102 or 10.2. You do the math there, what's that? 18, 16, 17, 2, 3, 4. I always put zeros here because it helps me out. I'm going to put down, drop 2 zeros when I get to there. And I get 9, 8, 1, 2. Doing all the multiplication. I lost it. I get this. 8, 7, 2, 3, 2, 2. And I count my decimal places, the decimal goes right there. So I now have this, ladies and gentlemen, 22.3278. Well, in money, in our money system, we do not have coins. We have dimes for the tenths place. We have pennies for the hundredths place, but there is no coin for the thousandths place. But the gas station is not going to take a hit even on, see, if I only charge you $22.32 for your gallon of gas, I lost 7/10 of 1 cent. A whole 7/10 of a cent on that little purchase right there. So this needs to be rounded to the nearest cent. So your answer is either going to be $22.32 or $22.33. And because this is a 7 in the thousandths place, I have to add 1 to that. 22.33. And we figured this out. This is a true statement. Shell will charge you that extra penny as they should. Do you know how many million gallons of gasoline are sold every day? Good thing you asked. About 300 million. 300 million. If Shell gas station doesn't charge you that penny, how much money do they lose? How much is 300 million cents? Because that's what they would be losing. 300 million cents would be about $3 million a day, because they round that penny up. Well, now they're only losing 7/10 of a cent. They're probably losing, if they didn't, they would probably lose about $150 million a day because they don't round up. So think about that the next time you put gas in your Ford. John, where'd you go wrong? Yeah, that's what I thought. Ethan?
Can you do number 12 on board?
That is an outside chance. I didn't know where number 12 is. Wait, did you draw the circle and write the formula and still get it wrong, sir? How many inches does a Anytime they ask you how far a wheel or something circular travels in one revolution, that is circumference, and you would write the formula circumference equals pi times diameter. It tells you the diameter of this wheel is 30 inches. So you did 30 times 3.14 and got it wrong.
I got 103.2.
Well, let's just do it. 0, 12, 4, 9, 4.2. Where did you go wrong in that one, Ethan? Again, I can't change it if you can't multiply. That was a skill I hope we had nailed down in 5th grade. Is that the answer? I think it
Oh,
was.
I added a 1 for some reason. Should have been 3 times 3.
Reader,
Keep doing 9.
number 9. And this one, I don't know why. Did you draw yourself a cereal box? Sir? How many people got this one wrong? A lot of you? Was this 7 inches by 2 inches by 10 inches high? Yeah, this is simply, and it tells you it is surface area, boys and girls. I'm not so sure. You just have to know that you have how many faces? 6. You've got a front and a back, a right side, a left side, a top, and a bottom. And you just need to find the areas of all those things, and that shouldn't be hard because it's not necessarily difficult. Looking at the front, what is the area of this rectangle? It is a 7 by 10 rectangle. So you have 70 there. And the back is the same exact shape, so you've got 70 there. Did you at least have that? Do we have that? No? The right side, right here. What are the dimensions of that rectangle? It's a 2 by 10 rectangle. 2 by 10 gives you a 20. And the left side will also be a 2 by 10. By the way, you could have drawn your rectangular prism any old way. You're still going to get these numbers, maybe in a different place. Maybe you called this the top. It doesn't matter. The only thing I have left now is the top and the bottom. The top is 7 by 2. And 7 by 2 gives me 14. Those are the 6 sides. You just need to add, however you want to add that together. You could do 70 plus 20 is 90. You get 104, but you have a pair of 104s. 208. 70, 70, 20, 20, 14, 14. Did I do that right? Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure how you could really go wrong with that. You know that each of the dimensions are going to get used one times another dimension, so, that's just surface area. Doesn't ask for lateral surface area, doesn't ask for Brody.
Can you do number 19 now, forward?
I'll bet. Alright, Brody, taking a look at this. Brody, what do you get when you multiply the two numbers together? 2 times 3.
You get 6.
6. Here's where people go wrong now. What is x squared times x? X squared is 2x's times another x.
9
Huh?
9 x's.
Do you see 9 there?
3.
It's x to the 3rd power. X times another x. And this one is y times y. What is y times y? Y squared. That's all it is. Ethan?
For number 9,
Number 9 again?
I did, I just have a question on it. I did, surface area equals perimeter of the base times that height.
That's lateral surface area. This is total surface area. That would only give you the area of 4 of the 6 sides, and you'd have to add the 2 bases onto it. So you probably got, what'd you get, 180?
Yeah, I
or-
got 180.
Yeah, you'd have to add the 28 for the top and the bottom, and still. Sid, 13? Did you draw the circle and write down the formula for the area of a circle, Sid? And it is a 6-foot diameter? What did you write down for the formula for the area of a circle?
Equals 500.
And what did you write down for the radius?
16.
Well, that's the diameter. Radius only goes halfway through. This was the diameter, does it not say? So you need to change your 6's to 3's. It's 3 times 3 times 3.14. And that will get you down variance. And again, that would be something I would jot notes down for myself. These are not difficult problems, ladies and gentlemen. If you get the formulas, if you fill in the right numbers for the formulas, you'll be okay. C. Dervis. At one time I could. Is that on this page or the other page? When Zena says a number, Yoli doubles the number. So there's a reason why they use those particular names, because they'd like you to use X's and Y's. Alright? So if Zena, and here's something to think about. Look, I'm going to make a table. Because Zena doesn't say what number Zena says, but I'm just going to pick numbers. If Zena says 2, Yoli doubles it, what would be my answer? If you double 2, it's 4. If Zena says 3, Yoli says 6. If Zena says 9, she says 18. Make a table. There's my table to show that. And then letter B says write an equation with the function y equals. How does Yoli know what to say? She takes whatever Zena says and multiplies it by 2. 2 times x. Whatever Zena says, Yoli doubles it, you get Yoli's number. Double, triple, quadruple. Read that?
What's number 17?
I don't know. 17 was 0. Sydney. I certainly hope so. Certainly one delicious. Yeah, this is probably a good one here. Negative 12 minus 3, 4 over negative 3 and negative 4. Let's start with the bottom, the easiest one to do. What is a negative 3 times a negative 4?
12.
Positive 12, right? They have the same sign and you multiply them together, you get positive. So there's a positive on the bottom. Up top, I've got 2 parts here. I've got this negative 12 in parentheses, which the parentheses does nothing. But this one, I have 3 times 4, which is 12. But is it a positive 12 or a negative 12? Two negatives. 2 negatives make it a positive. Or a way to think about it would be this. Yes, negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. But remember the rules if you subtract. Rules of subtracting of integers are when you subtract an integer, you add its opposite. So if you're subtracting a negative, it's the same as adding a positive. So now you have a negative 12 plus a positive 12. You have 12 minuses and you have 12 pluses. What's the balance when you do all that? Nothing. You get 0 over 12. And 0 divided by any number is 0.
But doesn't it say on the 10 Commandments of math?
Somebody else said that. No, it says the 10 Commandments say you cannot divide by 0. This is 0 divided by 12. You can't have it the other way. This is a mathematical no-no. You can't have 12 divided by 0, but you can divide 0 by 12. You do that all the time. But you can't have it the other way around. 0 divided by 12 is 0. 12 divided by 0 is no solution. No way to do it. Is that thunder? That's very frightening. Oh, there must be more questions. John Licht, no questions? There's one, Carolina. It's a good thing you asked, because Joan was going to ask if I wanted to see a magic trick. Number 18. Carolina, did you add 20, or did you take 25 minus 16?
Yeah.
What'd you get? What's the square of 9, Carolina? Huh? 3. So, Carolina, if I have minus 5, which is 5 minuses, and 3 positives plus 3, what am I left with? Negative 5 plus 3, negative 2 over 2. And then what is 2 divided by 2? Just a 1. 1 negative stays negative. So things have opposite signs, your answer is negative. If they have the same sign, it's positive. Don't ask it, Lincoln, unless it's a math question. I read you like a book, sir.
I have math related magic tricks.
I'm sure you do. Maybe you can magically have everybody get an A on this.
That'd be great, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonah, you better learn that in this next day. Everybody's coming in.
None of the other questions, anybody had problems? This is figuratively, literally, and absolutely amazing. Connor,
I'm kind of just confused about what
14, is that over here?
probably, yeah,
And down?
I don't know.
Oh, 14 is a good one to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I mentioned this to you before. They are telling you, because this right triangle doesn't work out, you will get an irrational number. Irrational numbers are square roots that do not work out. The square root of 25 is not irrational because it does work out. It is 5. But the square root of 17 is irrational. The square root of 21 is irrational. And then this one, yes, the first thing you're supposed to do is look for a Pythagorean triple. This is not a triple. Why? In the triple, I mean, you might say that there's a 3, 5, and there's a 3, 5 up there, but the 5 has to be the hypotenuse for that to be the triple. And this 5 is not the hypotenuse, it's one of the legs. So this is not a triple, it doesn't fit in the thing. So you actually have to do the whole Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And these, the two legs, form your a and b squared. So 3 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. I don't know what my c is. What is 3 squared? 9. What is 5 squared? 25. What is 9 plus 25? 34. If 34 equals c squared, then the letter c equals the square root of 34. And you don't know the exact number for the square root of 34, but you could tell me it's awful close to what? John, like square root of 34 is close to what? 15, 16, 17, what? Huh?
15?
No. Square root of 34 is close to what? It's close to a perfect square. Yeah, it's close to the square root of 36, which is 6. So you know this has to be, it's a little bit less than 6, but a lot more than 5. It has to fall somewhere between those two numbers, because this 5 is the square root of 25, and 6 is the square root of 36. This is the square root of 34, so it's going to be awful close to 6. Awful close. Let's go with certain numbers. Other. C. Dervis.
How do you do 5?
How did I do it? I don't know, but I will see. If a marble, first of all, did you get 4 right, Caroline?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of pivotal there. You have a bag full of marbles, Carolina. What's in this bag? You have 24 red marbles, right? And how many blue marbles are in the bag? 16. And what does 5 ask you? The probability of picking a blue. Well, that's made out of the fraction. How many blues are there, Carolina? How many total marbles are there, Carolina? You have If there's 24 red and 16 blue, that's a total of how many? 40. Now if you reduce this, divide by 8, you get 2/5. Now you could have used the ratio. You could have said, and Sydney, maybe this is where you came up with your answer. You could have said there's 3 red and 2 blue. You'll still get the same thing if you make a ratio. You just got to remember that that's 2 blue out of a total of 5. You're not doing ratio of red to blue. You're doing a ratio of red or blue to total, not blue to red, which is what 2/3 is. You need total. Total. There's a dark and stormy night. Other questions? Baumgartner's got one for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you do number 3?
Did they do 3 already?
No.
The team's win-loss ratio is 3-2. There again, did you do a box?
Yeah.
And what am I comparing? Wins to losses and total. Did you do a total?
No.
That would be probably where you went wrong. Ratio and actual. 1 to loss, 3, 1, 2 loss total. 5 games if you add those together. They played a total of 30 games. That would go there, and you go, 5 times what is 30? 6. 2 times 6. 3 times 6. And that's all the information you would ever possibly need to know. CJ, is that hand up, or is it just like shooting your hair? Oh, listen, I don't know about that. Garrett, did you get all your questions answered?
Yes.
Really? How many questions would that be?
Yeah.
You only have 1 question on the whole test? Wow. Kids, if you have any questions, ask Garrett, because he knows everything about which one. Which one was your big question on? Which one?
13.
13 was your big question? Let's see if we know what that one is. Well, oh yeah, that 6-foot diameter one, that gets the best of them. Nobody had questions over fractions or expanding or solving. Wait, please, nobody's gonna ask me problem 15? Give me a chance to get up to the 10 or 11 out of my million? Baumgartner!
Can you do number 8?
Oh, what now? How do you even do that? 6, 7, 8. What is the volume of a shipping box? That's 3 by 12 by 18. Did you draw a box that's 3 by 12 by 18?
Yeah.
And did you write down the formula for the volume of a box?
Yeah.
Which is?
Base times height.
Yeah, I said, if you're going to do a rectangular prism or boxes like this, just use length times width times height. If it's some other prism, if it's a pentagonal one, if it's a triangular one, you can use that area of the base times height. But if it's still just a box, we've been doing this since 3rd grade or whatever, you multiply 3 times 12 times 18. Multiply the 3 dimensions together, you will get, whatever that is, 54 times 12. 108 and 54. How about 648? Did Ed?
15.
Right. Yes. See, you are quickly learning. Ladies and gentlemen, problem number 15. 1/2 x equals 2/7. Remember, the goal in equations is to get the letter by itself. The question would be, how do I get rid of a fraction in front of a letter? Everybody.
Flip and multiply.
One more time with gusto.
Flip and multiply.
Yeah. I'm just going to take the fraction in front of the x, flip it over, and multiply. But I have to do it to both sides. That makes the 2's cross off, the 1 cross off, you're left with just the x. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 1 is 7. X. Nobody's going to ask me about 16? How many of you got plus 6? when you expanded that instead of -6. Come on, somebody do it, I know you did.
X plus -6.
Yeah, but plus and negative is the same thing as minus, so. Wait one,
Could you please do number 16?
I would love to. Remember, you take this -3 times x is -3x. -3 times a +2 is just a -6. Notice these were both positive, but that negative means both negative when you multiply. Now we're getting close to the end. We can't. See what's all left on. No number 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh, standard form. That's it? We're calling it a day?
Sure.